It started with a scream. "Get that monster off my lawn, or I'll shoot it myself." Karen's voice cracked through the neighborhood like a rifle shot. Birds scattered from nearby trees. A curtain twitched 2 houses down. People peeked through blinds. No one stepped outside. Standing at the edge of the cul-de-sac was Karen Dwyer, 42, always in a pink visor, khaki skirt, and a tight smile that never reached her eyes. In one hand, she held a garden rake like a weapon. In the other, she pointed toward a pit bull sitting calmly on the grass, tongue out, tail wagging gently. The pit bull didn't bark, didn't growl. She just looked back at her owner. A quiet man in his late 30s, black boots dusty from work, holding a leash and a grocery bag. His name was Marcus Tate. And that dog? Her name was Luna, a registered ESA, emotional support animal, certified, trained, and the gentlest creature in the county. Karen didn't care. "She lunged at me," Karen snapped. "I have it on camera. I'm calling the HOA and animal control." Marcus didn't flinch. "She didn't move, ma'am. She's leashed. And this," he held up the badge clipped to Luna's vest, "is legal." Karen's face flushed red. "She's aggressive. Pit bulls are banned. You can't just bring a killer into a neighborhood full of children." Marcus looked her in the eye, calm, controlled, but sharp. "This dog saved my life more times than I can count," he said. "You're yelling at the wrong threat." A hush fell. The tension buzzed in the air like static before a storm. Karen stepped forward, raised her phone, snapped a photo of Marcus, then one of Luna. "This isn't over," she hissed. Then, with a dramatic toss of her rake, she stormed back into her house, slamming the door so hard the porch light flickered. Marcus stood there another moment, silent, his jaw clenched, not from fear, from restraint. He turned to Luna. "Come on, girl. Let's go home." Luna wagged her tail and followed without a sound. But across the street, behind their garage door, someone was watching, recording, and shaking their head. The neighborhood had seen Karen lose it before, but threatening to kill a support animal, that was new. And this time, she messed with the wrong man. The neighborhood was called Silver Creek Estates. It sounded fancier than it was. 2-story homes with vinyl siding, perfect lawns, a basketball hoop or two, driveways filled with sedans and minivans, the kind of place where flags came out every 4th of July and every Christmas light had to match. And in the middle of it lived Marcus Tate, ex-Army, quiet, kept to himself, fixed HVAC systems for a living, walked with a slight limp in his left leg, courtesy of shrapnel in Kandahar, didn't talk much about it. He had moved in 4 months ago with Luna, his pit bull, his therapy, his anchor. They stayed in Lot 38, a corner house at the end of the cul-de-sac. Fewer windows, more trees. He liked it that way. Luna had her routines. Morning walks at 7 a.m. She'd wait by the front door, tail swaying. Then they'd stroll past the mailboxes, loop around the retention pond, and back by 7:45, rain or shine. Every neighbor knew them. The kids would wave. Some even pet Luna. Old Mrs. Danvers from Lot 21 would leave bacon strips in a jar near her garden. She said Luna reminded her of a dog her husband had during Vietnam. Everything was quiet until Karen Dwyer moved back in. She had been gone for months, divorce, therapy, who knows. Then one Saturday, her SUV returned, white Lexus, tinted windows, bumpers scraped, and she came out barking orders to a mover with a clipboard. "Don't scratch the tile. Put that antique inside, not the garage. Where are my orchids?" The HOA president, a tired man named Cliff, knocked on Marcus's door that afternoon. "She's back," he said, sipping from a thermos. "Try not to breathe too loud near her." Marcus just nodded. By week 2, the complaints started. Tuesday, Luna barked once at a squirrel. Karen filed a noise violation. Friday, Marcus parked 2 inches over the sidewalk line. Karen snapped a photo and tagged the HOA. Sunday, Luna was off leash for 3 seconds in the yard. Karen yelled "uncontrolled animal" and emailed the board. It was relentless. And then came the note. Taped to Marcus's mailbox. Written in all caps. No signature. "Your dog is a threat. People like you don't belong here. I'll make sure she's removed, or I will." He didn't say a word. Didn't go knocking. Didn't post online. Instead, Marcus installed a camera on his front porch. and another above the garage. Then one more on the side yard angled toward Karen's fence. He kept the videos. The day she sprayed Luna with her garden hose. The time she walked by muttering, "Killers belong in cages." The moment she let her sprinkler run just long enough to soak their walkway. Every single morning. Still, Marcus stayed calm. Until the Saturday morning she threatened to shoot Luna. That's when things changed. It didn't stop with threats. On Monday morning, Marcus found Luna's food bowl filled with bleach. She hadn't touched it. He always fed her inside, but the smell was unmistakable. Chemical, acidic, designed to kill. He took a photo, bagged the bowl, stored it in a freezer bag. Then he looked up at the camera. The footage showed a woman in a hooded jacket slipping into the yard at 3:12 a.m. Too dark to see the face, but the shoes? White sneakers, pink laces, Karen's exact pair. She wore them every morning. Marcus didn't confront her. He went to the HOA. Cliff, the president, looked uncomfortable. "You don't have direct proof it was her." Marcus played the video again. Slower, zoomed in on the silhouette. Cliff swallowed hard. "I'll bring it up at the next meeting." 2 days later, Marcus received a notice. "Due to multiple complaints, your residence is under review for violation of HOA Animal Conduct Code. You are requested to remove your pit bull from Silver Creek Estates within 7 days." His chest tightened. It didn't matter that Luna was certified. Didn't matter that she had hurt no one. Karen had pushed hard enough, and the HOA caved. That night, he stood at the edge of his driveway. Across the street, Karen was watering her lawn with a smug little smile. She waved. "Better start packing," she said sweetly. Marcus didn't answer, but Luna stood beside him, ears up, alert, watching. 2 days later, it escalated. Marcus woke up to yelling outside, loud, sharp, angry. He grabbed a sweatshirt and ran out the front door. Karen was screaming at a delivery guy, a young man, barely 20, holding a box labeled ESA harness, service use only. "This is a dog-free neighborhood," she shouted. "Do you people not read signs?" The kid looked terrified. Marcus stepped in. "Back off. He's doing his job." Karen spun toward him. "You're the one bringing in illegal animals. You're polluting this place." He raised a hand. "Calm. You've made your point. This is harassment." She smirked. "Oh, you haven't seen harassment yet?" That afternoon, Marcus came home from work to find his front door wide open. Luna was inside, unharmed. But his living room? Trashed. Couch cushions torn. His military plaques knocked over. A glass frame smashed on the floor. Someone had dumped what looked like paint over his rug. The only thing missing? Luna's vest. Her ESA certification vest, gone. He checked the locks. No signs of forced entry. But the side gate? Unlatched. That night, he filed a police report. The officer took notes. "Do you suspect anyone?" Marcus nodded. "Karen Dwyer, lot 34. The cop raised an eyebrow. "She's filed 4 reports on you in the last 2 months. "I know," Marcus said, "and she just broke into my home." The officer sighed. "We'll look into it, but unless we catch her on camera or she confesses." Marcus didn't wait for justice. He started building something else. A plan. Friday, 3 days before the HOA's deadline to evict Luna. Karen stood in her driveway holding a clipboard, watching. Marcus, silent as always, opened his truck and pulled out 2 boxes. Inside, camera gear, tripods, a binder. Luna followed close behind, a temporary red vest on her back that read, "Service dog in training." Karen scoffed. "Still pretending that Mutt's a service animal?" He didn't answer. That night, Marcus sat in his garage, laptop open, files everywhere. He clicked through folder after folder, each labeled, "Violation recording Karen week 1. HO meeting audio March. Mailbox threat photo. Entry tampering camera to angle 3. And one more. DOJ override 2024 federal directive.pdf. It was time. The next morning he dressed differently. Black slacks, light blue shirt, no boots, no hoodie. He clipped a badge to his belt. U.S. Department of Justice, Office of Civil Rights Enforcement. That's right. Marcus Tate wasn't just a veteran, wasn't just a quiet HVAC tech. He was a federal investigator on extended PTSD leave, operating under federal protection and reassigned temporarily to desk duty while handling a personal claim for trauma-related disability. Luna was his legal ESA, certified under both state and federal law. And Karen, she had just committed felony harassment against a federal employee and a protected animal. He walked straight to the HOA clubhouse that morning. Cliff nearly dropped his coffee when he saw the badge. Marcus handed over a folder. This is every violation I've documented for the last 90 days. Threats, trespassing, harassment, property damage, ADA violations. Cliff flipped through the pages, paling. There's also this, Marcus added, holding up the bleach-stained food bowl in a sealed evidence bag. I want the HOA complaint rescinded. I want Karen Dwyer formally cited. And I want a public retraction, in writing, to every resident who received the original dangerous dog notice. Cliff blinked. Marcus, I didn't know you were... I gave everyone the benefit of the doubt, Marcus said, including you. That ends today. That afternoon, 2 uniformed county deputies knocked on Karen's door. She opened it, wineglass in hand. Afternoon, ma'am, one officer said. We have a warrant to search your premises in connection to a federal harassment claim. Karen laughed. You've got to be kidding. We're not. They stepped inside. In her garage, Luna's stolen vest. In her pantry, a bottle of concentrated bleach, still uncapped. In her trash bin, torn ESA tags. Karen screamed, called it a setup, demanded to see a lawyer. But the officers didn't budge. By nightfall, her mugshot was circulating on the local news. And Marcus? He stood in his driveway, arms crossed, as neighbors whispered in small groups around him. For the first time, no one looked away. No one stayed silent, because now they knew who Karen had messed with. Karen was charged with 3 misdemeanors and 2 federal violations. Harassment of a protected individual, tampering with a service animal's equipment, trespassing, threatening bodily harm, malicious destruction of property. Her court date was set within the week. The local DA wanted this fast-tracked. It had gone viral. Clips of Karen screaming about dangerous pit bulls played across TikTok and Twitter. One video hit 4 million views overnight. The hashtags? Pitbull justice, Karen got served, #Luna the hero. The HOA board scrambled. They issued an emergency statement disavowing Karen's actions, reinstated Luna's certification without delay, and removed the original ban letter from Marcus's file. Then came the public meeting. Residents gathered at the Silver Creek Community Hall. It was packed. Karen was there not by choice. It was part of her court-ordered diversion, a public apology. She stood on the small stage, flanked by her attorney and a clipboard with a typed statement. Her eyes darted around the room. Some neighbors turned their backs. Others whispered. She cleared her throat. I apologize for my behavior, she read, voice low. I allowed personal emotions to cloud my judgment regarding Mr. Marcus Tate and his dog. I was wrong to target him. I now understand that Luna is a certified support animal and that my actions were not only inappropriate, but illegal. Murmurs in the crowd, a few scoffs. Marcus didn't flinch. He stood in the back, arms folded, watching. Karen glanced at him, then away quickly. Her lawyer stepped forward. We're requesting the community accept this as resolution, given Miss Dwyer's compliance. But it wasn't over yet. As she stepped down, a man raised his hand. Old Mr. Danvers from Lot 21, veteran widower, Vietnam. He spoke slow but steady. I watched you spray that dog with a hose. I saw her do nothing back. Nothing. Karen froze. And I remember what that kind of dog meant to me once. So don't stand here and read off a sheet. Tell the man, face to face. The room went still. Karen turned slowly, looked at Marcus. Her lips parted, trembled. Then, I'm sorry, she whispered. For what? Marcus asked evenly. Karen's voice cracked. For trying to hurt something that only wanted peace. For judging you, for not seeing the truth. Marcus nodded once, said nothing more, and walked out. Luna followed, her new vest gleaming under the hallway lights. Outside, the air was cool, clean. Cliff from the HOA jogged up behind him. Marcus, he said out of breath, I just want to say thank you for how you handled all this. I didn't handle anything, Marcus said. I protected what mattered. He looked down at Luna. She nudged his leg. 2 weeks later, Silver Creek felt quieter. Karen Dwyer had moved out. Rumor was she sold the house fast. Cash buyer, no sign in the yard. Left one night with a U-Haul and didn't say goodbye to anyone. Nobody missed her. The HOA revised their bylaws. added clearer language around ESA rights and protections. Cliff even invited Marcus to serve as a special advisor to the board. Someone who knows what respect looks like, he said. Marcus declined. He wasn't here to change systems, he just wanted peace. And he finally had it. Luna's morning walks resumed. Kids waved again. Mrs. Danvers brought turkey jerky this time, said it was softer on her teeth, but Luna didn't mind. One evening, as the sun dipped low behind the rooftops, Marcus sat on his porch with a cold bottle of water in hand. Luna rested at his feet. A car pulled up, unfamiliar. Out stepped a young woman, early 30s, glasses, notepad in hand. "Mr. Tate?" He nodded. "I'm Claire, with the Daily Banner. Mind if I ask a few questions? Your story, it's kind of everywhere right now." He glanced at Luna, then back. "Only if she's allowed to sit in," he said. Claire smiled. "She's the star, isn't she?" They talked for 30 minutes. About service dogs, veterans, the invisible battles people fight, and the way communities sometimes fail to see them. Before leaving, Claire asked one final thing. If you had one message for people watching this, maybe someone like Karen, what would it be? Marcus looked at Luna, then out toward the quiet street. "Just because someone's quiet," he said slowly, "doesn't mean they're weak. And just because a dog looks strong doesn't mean she's dangerous." He stood, offered a hand. "You'd be amazed what you can learn by not assuming the worst." Claire nodded, scribbling fast. As she drove off, Marcus turned to Luna. "You ready for one more lap, girl?" Her tail thumped the porch. They walked together down the sidewalk, under the orange dusk sky. One man, one dog, and the kind of peace that doesn't come easy but lasts when it's earned. The neighborhood watched them pass, and this time, every head turned with respect.